How's it going, guys? I just wanted to show you how to use Bluebeam Review to look at the wiring diagrams for the 2.7 swap. So you're going to want to go to Google and search Bluebeam Review, R-E-V-U, download a trial version and get it installed. What I did was I went to Audi's Irwin website and downloaded the diagrams for the B6, and I got my APB motor from a 2001 A6, so I downloaded those wiring diagrams also. I've got them both opened up in Bluebeam, and basically Bluebeam is a super powerful PDF editing program, and I'm not going to get into a whole lot here today. I'm just going to give you the basic items that you're going to need to make working through the wiring diagrams easier for yourself. And this stuff can be used for, anything regardless of the wiring project you're working on. But I'm going to be talking about how to use it for the swap wiring. So what I started off with is I created a Word document and basically just went through, made a section for the B6 and made a section for the C5, and I knew that I had the specific connectors in the engine bay that I needed, so I just marked them out, marked out the pins, and then I came back into Bluebeam and I used a couple items here. So first off, in this left side toolbar, there's a section for bookmarks. This kind of breaks down the whole wiring document into sections, so it's a little easier to read and know where you're at. And then the other big one up here, this binocular button, is your search function. And then I just kind of worked through, so let's just say starting off with T10-1, come into Bluebeam here, type in T10/1, and I search for it, and down here it shows all of the results that it finds for this pin throughout the document. Now we've got 1,345 pages of wiring for the B6, B7. This is all combined into one. I've already run through this, so I kind of know where it is, but on page 128, if you look back over here by the bookmarks, this little arrow pops up. So when you're working through it, you just kind of want to check a few of these and get to the one where you're in the right section. So we're in the 1.8 wiring section now, and right here is T10-1. So I look, I see, okay, J285, control module with indicator unit and instrument panel. That's your instrument cluster. So that's coming from T32A14 on the instrument cluster, and it's coming down. Here we show it continues on wire track 12. The nice thing about Bluebeam is if you stay zoomed in on an area, as you flip pages it'll stay there. So we're on 153 right now. I'm going to just page back until I get to 12. Make sure we're still in the 1/8 section, and I come up, and here we are. That wire's continued down to C and C1, which is your alternator and voltage regulator. And then I just went back to my Word document and I took notes on wire color and where it's coming from, where it's going to. Also, what I'd do, just for quick reference in the future, I used the highlight tool over here. I highlighted every connector connection that I'm looking at, and then I also, when you make that highlight, you get a markup this is your markup summary tab on the bottom. And what I did was in the comments I put the connector name. So if you need to go back and reference something later on down the road, let's just scroll through here. Let's say I need to look at T10A1 again and see where that was going. I just click on it, pulls me right back to where it is, and then I can go from there. So I worked through, I did the same thing for all of the wiring on the APB motor, compiled them all into one document, and then what I did was I matched these up against my wiring in the car and from the harness that I got with my motor, just to make sure everything matched, or just, you know, some of these wiring documents show extra wiring that wasn't used on every year, so I just confirmed what my wiring actually contained. Took some notes on that, and then I finally matched them up and and saw which ones went together. And you know, obviously there's some that you have to come back and kind of work through on how to wire them up the right way. Some of them aren't a direct one-to-one match. So yeah, just work through all of these. One thing I will note is on some of the pins, the way it's laid out, this might show T17D, and then the 2 might have gotten pushed down to the second column. So when you use the search function, it's not going to pick it up because it's looking for this exact label. So in the case of that, if you search something and it can't find a pin, go back, just take off the actual pin number and just search the connector. You're going to get a lot longer of a list, but then you can kind of scroll through and confirm whether or not there was an actual pinout of that number. And if there wasn't, then you know that there wasn't anything. If there was, then you might find that it was a situation where the slash, whatever pin number, was sitting on the second line below. So just keep that in mind. And then just know that once your trial is up, you can no longer save. You get 30 days. It's pretty easy to work through all of these in a night or two and get the information you need, so it shouldn't be an issue. And you know, if you highlight and do these markups, like I said, it's really convenient to go back and work through it after the fact if you just want to run through and get all the information first. So yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. Again, bookmarks is a key one, just to know where you're at in the wiring. Your search function up here, your markups are down the side column. Highlight function is all I used, and then your search results down on the right side. I hope that helps you guys work through wiring for the 2.7 swap or any other wiring that you guys may have to do down the road. I hope you enjoyed this video.